What's up, everybody? It's your boy OG Memphis Rod. Today is Sunday, January 11th. We are second weekend of the month of the year. Actually, we got a special guest today, one of our San Antonio local favorites that we're gonna be bringing on. We got a lot to talk about today. So some things that's going on the second weekend of the month. Got a lot of shows that's getting ready to come out, getting booked and stuff like that with a lot of comedians. We got our grand opening coming up. Don't forget, January 24th. Also, don't forget to support our local comedy clubs here in San Antonio, especially our Black-owned comedy clubs. We got Upstage Comedy Lounge. We want you to support. And then also we want you to come out and support the Chateau Chanel, new Chateau Chanel. Shall I say that again? The new Chateau Chanel Comedy and Nightclub. We're grand opening on January 24th. But again, about our guest today, our guest is a local. He's made a big name for himself around San Antonio. He's a content creator, comedian. We'll find out which one comes first, but I know he does a lot of content creating. He created some controversy with some of the local areas in the city of San Antonio. He's Cibelo's finest. He's Cibelo's favorite, but he's from the east side, and we're gonna bring him out. Let's everybody get together. Let's everybody put your hands together for Mr. Alvin Perry. What up, AP?
What up, Rod?
How you doing, my man? You doing good today?
Yes, sir.
I was just telling everybody about you, man. We're gonna jump it straight off and get everything jumping off. Hey, I've been around the comedy scene fairly new, not a long time. But I just jumped in. A lot of people wonder why. Hey, man, you just jumped in and came up. But hey, it don't work like that. I mean, just because I look new, that don't mean I'm new. I'm an OG. I'm a street dude, but we all change our lives every now and then. I'm a businessman for one. Number one, I'm a businessman. But we're gonna talk about AP today and not me. And so I want you to get around and we're gonna tell some people about AP. Let's hear a brief story about AP from your side. You can hear everybody else's side, but there's always two sides to a story. But let's hear the AP side. So tell us a little bit about yourself, AP.
I'm from the east side of San Antonio, like you said. I'm born and raised. I went to Sam Houston High School. I got into the streets early, selling drugs, gang banging. I didn't know about being a comedian at the time. I was trying to be in the streets. I was rapping also. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a rapper. Well, eventually I wanted to be a rapper. And I ended up going to prison. I went to prison 3 times. And between my second and third stint is how everything kind of led up to where I am today. So, I've always been like a popular dude. I've always been known for different things. So this is not like, I had to work hard, but I kind of had an advantage over most people because, I was somebody that people already mess with.
Right. So what actually got you into doing comedy?
Oh, I was a hater.
You was a hater.
That's how, they don't look at it like that, but I do. I was at a comedy show and I was like, I'm funnier than these comedians. And I asked my partner who had put on the show, I was like, hey, let me get on stage. And I had, never formally did comedy before. I always made my friends laugh. So I got up there and, I made my friends laugh because I knew a lot of people in the audience. And laughter is euphoric. And I loved, that people was laughing at what I was saying. And I've been doing it ever since. Ever since that day, I've been doing comedy.
That's crazy. Hey,
and that was That was March 11th, 2012.
Hey, you want to hear something that's really crazy? So a friend of mine, so one of our customers, I can't say a friend, but a customer of mine, Mike Love,
Yeah.
he invited me and my wife to a comedy show. And we went to this comedy show last year. He came in my store. We was at the Eisenhower Flea Market. And he invited us to the show, and I went there, and I sit there. I watched every comedian that walked up, came up, and I'm like, this is crazy. This ain't a comedy show. And I like, dude, I can't believe you invited us to this. Dude, them dudes suck. I ain't laughed not one time. And they was from New York. And then he said, man, well, shit, if you think you can do good at comedy, won't you try it? And I'm like, you know what? I will. And so here's the crazy part. Somebody told me there was a workshop at Upstage Comedy Lounge. My birthday was March the 8th. I turned 59 years old. March the 11th, I went to the comedy class, and after that, I've been doing comedy ever since.
Oh, look at that.
March
Our
the
journey
11th,
is our journey is similar.
yes, March 11th, and I was like, dude, them dudes are trash. I know I'm funnier than them, cause just like you. I've been to jail, you know. I've been to prison, you know. I was one of our um what we call Memphis finest in Memphis. You
Yeah.
know, I was him out there in the streets. And so when I went away to do my little time, I probably did a little more time than you did. But on one stretch, not three stretches, on one stretch. And while I was in jail, I was making niggas laugh. You know what I'm saying? I was out there, you know,
Yeah.
everybody was like, nigga, you need to be a comedian, nigga, you funny, you know. And that's how I ended up becoming, you know, that's how I ended up. But I waited till I turned 59 years old to do it. How old are you now?
46.
You 46 and you've been doing, I think, what, 14 years I heard, right?
Yeah, finna be 14 years.
So
It's
what, 24?
no 2012.
2012? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's never too late to start. I mean, but it all depends on you know the where you're trying to take
which
your
lane
career.
you
So
going with it, right? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So what motivates you? I mean, what's your motivation?
that's a good question. It's not something I really think about because I don't need to be motivated. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to be successful. When I say successful, I don't mean necessarily like rich or famous. I just want to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like coming from where I come from, being the places I've been, I, uh, I want to be able to be like, I did some cool shit in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So, in the process of that, if I become rich or if I become famous, then that's a plus. But ultimately, I just want to be happy doing what I'm doing.
Right. So what's your stance right now? Are you happy or I'm cool?
Now, I'm I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? Like in the grand scheme of things, yes, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? But I know that there's more for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So where that more is at, I don't know, but there's more for me. You know, there's always ground to cover. You know, what people fail to realize, right? Let's say let's just use followers for instance. Let's say you have 100,000 followers. Well, the likelihood of you having 100,000 followers in one place, like in one city, if you have 100,000 followers, more than likely that's spread out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Exactly.
what I'm saying, yeah, what I'm saying is there's other cities, there's other states to conquer, to perform in, and things of that nature. So I honestly feel like I've reached my ceiling here, but you know, I can't just be like F San Antonio. You know
So
what
so
I'm saying?
so with so saying that, what's your next step for Alvin Perry?
Uh, Working on my content, trying to get more shows. out of town and out of state. Well, really out of Texas. You know what I'm saying? I performed all over Texas. I wanted to move to California in 2024. That was originally my plans to move to. It was either move to LA, uh, Dallas, or Atlanta was my three destinations.
Right,
And so right now I'm just I'm trying to network and get opportunities outside of Texas.
right. And there are some big opportunities in California. I just came from California. I just came from LA myself, and man, I
You
went
say you did chocolate Sundays, right?
I went to no, I went to the comedy store there. I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
got
the comments. Yeah.
yeah. I went to the comedy store. I went to the what is it? Hollywood Comedy Club. I went to the Chateau the Comedy Chateau, which is a really nice place too. I met I networked with a lot of people. I mean, I met a lot of people. I met with people that's into filmmaking and stuff like that. You know, a lot of those people up there kind of, like what I did because the stuff that I kind of do around here, what I do around here,
Right.
some of them it's not their thing, but because our black culture is not involved. So I'm trying to build a urban following in comedy because urban following, urban support in San Antonio, I don't think it is what it should be. But
I kind of disagree with that.
do you so? Okay, give me some input.
uh, I mean, you talking about a city that the black population is spread out, so you're not gonna reach everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you, but the people that know, I mean, they pretty much support. I think the thing is a lot of times what we don't factor in is that a lot of things be going on at one time. You know what I'm saying? So especially if it's like a weekend thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like the day I had Christmas in the ghetto. You know, they had like a big concert that day. Now, in reality, the age groups weren't the same. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about possibly a younger crowd versus an older crowd, but that's still that could be enticing for somebody else to say, "Oh man, I want to go to this concert because this rapper I listen to, so I'm not gonna go to Alvin's thing because uh, I can see him anytime." And
right,
that's kind of the thing of performing where you live at. If you're not like a big star, if people see you today, they're not gonna be enticed to want to see you tomorrow. So what you got to do is you gotta kind of find new people, new fans. You know what I'm saying? Every time to come to the shows. But if you like always like, hey, because that's something that we went through. That's why like a lot of people think the Loud Pack ain't together no more because we don't have it doing shows that much lately. But we was performing a lot.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you at LOL this week, you at Upstage this week, you over here, you over here, you over here, and man, we used to get people to come to shows, and then after a while, the last show that we did at LOL, we barely got 20 people in there.
Really?
And you talking about we sold that place out twice, like sold it out twice. But the last time we didn't even have a show in the back. We had a show in the front, and we barely got 20 people in there. And I was like, so it was like now I try not to do so many shows locally or like back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like I
So
try to put some distance between them.
so do that discourage you or do it motivate you to go harder for the
No,
next time?
I'm sorry. It motivates me to go out there and find new people to want to come
Exactly.
to comedy shows.
Exactly.
Uh, so part of the reason why I do what I do is for that reason because everybody don't know who I am. There's literally people everywhere I go, somebody's going to recognize me. But the majority of the time, most of the people don't know who the hell I am. They never heard of me. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. I mean, and
uh,
I think I was
so
I
you
was
know,
having that same conversation. I don't mean because y'all. I was having that same conversation with another fellow comedian, and it was when I was trying to discuss about I'm trying to build a bigger urban following. I know there is an urban following, like you said, there is an urban following, but it's not big enough. And I think that it can be bigger. And I said, hey, everybody in San Antonio don't know who you are. But in order to get people to know who you are, we got to do more things together. Sometimes you have to collab with each other to make things happen because your group of people that you know versus my group of people that I know, if we did something together, you bring your group, I bring my group. Now we've collectively brought a whole new scene together to create a new audience. And now,
I
if you did something, that same, hopefully, that same group of people will come support you. If I did something, that same group of people will come support me because we collab together at one point in time. I think that's my personal thought.
yeah, that's been tried a lot of times. It doesn't work.
Really?
I've heard this like a lot of times, and I've even said it myself. Because before I was doing comedy, when the whole I used to host rap shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would go to these shows, and it's just the rappers and their girlfriends and their homeboys, and there might be a few people that might have came to the show. And I'm saying to myself, how is it you got, let's say, 10 artists, and none of them can bring 10 people? And I'm like, if everybody bring their own people, yada yada yada. And the same thing applies to comedy. I mean, the reality of it is this: is that a lot of people don't want to work as hard as me, or a lot of people want to work as hard as you or anybody else. Some people just want to make people laugh. They don't, and they don't care about necessarily that. What I'm trying to say is they don't want to work hard to for their following. You know what I'm saying? So they just want to show up and make
Exactly.
people laugh.
Hey, you
You
said
know what I'm
some.
saying?
You said
I
some real
care. I
shit. You said some real shit.
I care about, yeah, I care about the people. You know what I'm saying? So, and I always tell people this. I always say that I want people to enjoy spending their money, feel good about spending their money, right? That for me, that's the most important thing. And the reason why that is this: is that what was the event you had? The one I went to, the All
The
Black.
all black, yes.
That event right there. That event, it was a nice event. People was Uh, so aesthetically, you know what I'm saying? Like it had everything there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to give people a good time. You want to give people a good time. So when they leave there and they feel good about spending $20 or $50 or $100, whatever it is, it's like, you know what? Uh, they not tripping about whatever they spent, you know what I'm saying? Because they had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Or they not
Right,
tripping about the price being $20 or $25 because they know that it was a good time. So they know the next time it's worth spending that money. Like, oh, this is a Rod show. This is an AP show. Oh yeah, they always put on good shows. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
right,
they charging $30. Oh yeah, I pay that because I know I'm gonna get my money's worth.
right. So I was having this on. Hey, you said some real shit there for a minute. Hey, because how do you feel about a comedian that comes to your show? Say you're doing a show. Say you're hosting a show. AP, you hosting a show, and you got a comedian that's coming to your show. I know you got a big following. I mean, you have a big following. So a lot of people, you have your own little personal following. But if you have comedians that tell you, well, I don't do shows without getting paid, but they don't bring nobody. They don't have a following. What do you feel about those kind of comedians?
um, That's a tricky. It's really not a tricky question for me. Uh, but so you're dealing with two things, right?
Right.
Uh, who's your favorite singer?
Who's my favorite singer?
Singer, yeah. Who's your favorite singer?
My favorite singer right now. Let me see. All my favorite singers are dead, but let's
Just
say
name one. It don't matter. Dead or alive.
uh, Anita Baker.
Okay, Anita Baker. Anita Baker can sing. Caught up in the rapture. She has a beautiful voice. It wouldn't matter how good Anita Baker could sing if somebody booked her to perform at, let's just say, a high school auditorium and nobody showed up. If you invested money into a show, booking a show and saying, I got Anita Baker, right? I got Anita Baker. She could sing. She could blow the roof off the building and everything else. And you put on the flyer, and you invested money and you decorated it nice and everything else. And 10 people come to the high school auditorium to see Anita Baker sing. And now Anita Baker is upset saying, oh, you promised me you was going to pay me. Where's my money? And then you thinking to yourself, nobody wanted to come see you. So
Right. Well, maybe I use the wrong person, because if I use Anita Baker, somebody coming to see Anita Baker.
But regardless, I'm just because what I'm trying to say is a lot of comedians are like, I'm funny and that's good enough. Like I don't have to.
But but when you tell me, just say, and I'm not talking about you, hypothetically, you tell me, man, I'm funny. I'm gonna bring people. I'm funny. So it ain't about who follow me, and nobody comes to see you because nobody knows you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of people that think that they don't need to have a following. They just think that their talent is enough. So when people don't come, they not like, oh, nobody came. It's just like, oh, well, I'm funny and I should be paid just for being funny. No, nobody is paying people for being talented no more. People are paying people for having followings.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. hey,
So,
hey, that came out of your mouth. Look, good job. Because you have comedians that say, I don't work for free, which I understand that, but you got to have a following. I mean, if you're going to book shows, if somebody's going to book you in Dallas, they're going to book you in Dallas because AP comedian Alvin Perry has a Dallas following, even though he don't live in Dallas, because you had a social media presence, right? So
yeah.
you build a following. Same thing like Bubba Dub. Are you familiar with Bubba Dub?
Yeah, I did shows with him before.
Yeah, so Bubba Dub has a following. One of my best friends is touring with Bubba Dub right now, but he has a following, and so you're gonna get booked because you have a following. I have people in San Antonio because I follow you that know you through my social media. Man, you down there with the little bald head dude, they be saying that I be seeing him on social media and stuff like that. When you come into Memphis, man, you need to bring him with you and stuff like that. So I see stuff like that, but people follow you. So now they know you. You know what I'm saying? But if it's somebody that don't know you, if it's somebody that don't have a social media following and they can't bring nobody, their worth is not worth what it is.
Now, I do want to say this though, because I don't want to. For me, like when I do my shows, I'm not really banking on the people that I want on the shows to. I don't want to say this the wrong way. I'm not saying I don't want them to bring anybody, but what I'm saying is I'm gonna be working hard to get the people there anyway, right? So 9 times out of 10, when you come to one of my shows, a show that I produced, that I put together,
Hmm.
the majority of the people are there for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're not there for the other people. It's a plus. So if I put you on a show, if I call you, I say, hey Rod, I want you to be on this show. I'ma always pay you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, there's not been one person that ever did a show with me that I didn't pay. But and I'm not and I'm gonna tell you this. Everybody shouldn't be paid, but I pay people because I understand like where their head is. You know what I'm saying? Like it make them feel good and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're booking people based on the fact that you're expecting them to bring people, then yeah. But for me, and I'm just speaking for me, I usually tell people when I book you for a show, hey, don't worry about the promotion. Just post a flyer every now and then, but you know, I got the promotion because I'm only saying this because I've been let down before. So when if I'm like, man, I booked Rod and he only brought his lady and somebody else, then I start to feel some type of way because I'm like, oh, he didn't care about the show. You know what I'm saying? But I care about the show, so I'm gonna go hard. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I
So
do. I do the same thing.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I care about the show, so I'm gonna go hard. And because I've been where most comics have been, yeah, I'm gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, if it's a reason, if I re, if I respect your talent, I'm gonna ask you how much do you want. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but and I'm not saying if I don't respect them, but if I feel like you have a certain worth, and I'm gonna say, hey, how much you charge? And then you know what I'm saying, if it's within a reasonable price, yeah, no problem. But other than that, I mean, I still pay people pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it
And I
ain't gonna
think
be
I do
nobody.
too. I think I
Yeah,
do too. Somebody told me, man, you pay too much. Hey.
yeah, nah. I don't. I mean, it depends on what that is. It's just like when I did Christmas Together, one of the comics was like, "Don't worry about it." Like he was like, I'm just happy to do the show." Nah, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, nah. I sent him more than what he asked for. You know what I'm saying? But it's again for my own personal reasons is why I'm like this.
Right.
But I've done. But let me tell you something. I've done shows where there wasn't people there that I was booked on. Like they booked me with the hopes that I would bring people, and it was bad anybody there. I feel bad sometimes about taking the money. Or even if I perform bad, I feel bad about taking money from people because again, I want the people to feel good about spending their money, right? I don't want to just be like, oh yeah, well, when I hear a comic say I'm gonna get paid regardless, in my mind, I'm like, oh, they don't care about, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
the people, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
They gonna go out there.
I had somebody to tell me during my show, during the All Black show. He said, "Man, did you must have brought Alvin in." I said, "Man, dude, I called him kind of like last minute deal because I had a guy drop out, and he was like, bro, if you put him on your show in the beginning, you think your show was crowded, dude? Y'all would have had to add like a whole nother 100 seats." He said, "You had a good crowd. Guess what? We had well over 100 people." He said, "Man,
That's not
if
true.
y'all would have came to, he said y'all would have came together and stuff like that, man. Y'all would have had a super crowd in there." And I said, "Yeah,
That's
probably."
not true. That's not true.
You don't think?
that's not that's not true. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Uh huh.
Uh, I was just having this conversation yesterday. Like, you have to be selling something when anything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? These days, you got to be selling something. and
Right.
not actually selling anything. You know what I'm saying? But you have, it has to be something that entice people that want to come to a show. A lot of people fuck with me. A lot of people haven't seen me perform. I'm talking about people I know, people I grew up with, people I see all the time.
Right.
So it might have been an incentive for the majority of that people to see me perform uh, at your show, so they don't have to come to my show. But what I'm saying is this: is that yeah, in certain instances, when you sell something a certain way, then yeah, it might be like, oh yeah, I gotta go see Alvin. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go see such. But in a lot of instances, just because I'm on the fly don't mean that, you know, other people are gonna show up or a lot of people are gonna
Right.
show up.
So you
Because
don't.
again,
So you don't think if you would have been on the, if you would have been on that card in the beginning, you don't think that crowd would have been even bigger than it was?
I mean that's debatable.
It's debatable.
That's that I don't yeah, I don't want to just say that because again, I've had my own shows and other shows where
Nobody
man,
showed up.
yeah, yeah, Aura. I can't think of the name of that bar off of Wordsbach. Nobody showed up.
Really. But
And
again,
I'm
you got
talking
to think
about,
about what was going on that day too, though.
I mean, it was raining.
Hey, that's a good reason. I don't like to go nowhere when it's raining.
But you know, again, a lot of time it's how you sell the show. It's how you market the show. It's how you present the show to people. And if you're not a good marketer, you know, it don't matter who you is. I mean,
Right.
these big comedians, they come into town and they get the Aztec, Tobin, they get these big theaters and they struggle. Even sometimes the LOL, they struggle to get people in there, and they have a bigger following. But a lot of times they just banking on their name. They just like, oh, I'm such and such and such and such, and when people see my name, that they gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of goes back to the conversation I was having yesterday about having a networking uh, set up to help people. You know what I'm saying? Help these people do shows, have people come to their shows because sometimes your name is not good enough. Sometimes your face is not good enough. So sometimes it's a guy who's gonna be here at the end of this year, and I did a show with him last year in January. Matter of fact, uh, when he comes here, he gonna come like a couple of weeks early, and probably a couple of months early, and he's gonna go to barbershops and beauty salons. He gonna come. He gonna be talking to people, and physically, he don't even live here. But he comes into town early, like weeks earlier, and make sure he networks with everybody, and you know, go to all the like he do the old school tactics. He
That's what
go
I
to the
do.
beauty,
That's what
yeah, he
I
go
do.
to the beauty, yeah, he go to the beauty salons and the barbershops and all the places, and he get people to come to his shows, and I was impressed, and when I did the show, my homeboy was, I guess he was, I don't think he was cutting his hair, but that's how he was in his home barbershop. He was like, hey, I got this guy here. He gonna be here in January. This was last year, but he was talking to me in 2024, and he was like, you know, you want to do the show with him? I wasn't even getting paid, but I was like, fuck it. We did 2 shows, and I mean, he didn't sell out both those shows, but he got a good crowd there. You know what I'm saying? And like I say,
Exactly.
he and all them people he got there was from him going into beauty and barbershops and stuff like that,
Right. And
remembering
that's,
who he talked
I do
to.
the same thing. Like the majority of the people that was at the all black show, those are my customers that come to my store. You know, and I have a customer database right now that I collect on this little device right here. See this little device? I collect customers
Yeah.
information on this little device. I have about 600 customers that's in here, and when I get ready to do a show, I send out a message that comes through this system and let them know that I'm having a show. If I always tell them come out and follow me. Come out and support me and stuff like that. I do that, and it works. I mean, it works. Out of like 500 customers, we had like 160 people that night, or more at that spot. And it works when you
That's
network.
good.
Yeah, it works when you network. So I think that is. But anyway, let's take a quick commercial break, real quick, and then we'll come right back. And I got a couple more questions to ask you. We can close the thing out. And here we go.
Whenever I'm in San Antonio, Texas, I stop by Upsize Fashion for all my suits and accessories, located right inside the Rolling Oaks Mall. They always get me styled for any occasion, and the best part, they'll ship my suit even if I'm on the move to another city. Whether you're big and tall or short and wide, Upsize Fashion got you covered. So next time you stop by, tell them Rico with the Salt and Pepper Gang sent you.
All right, we back with my boy IP Alvin Perry from San Antonio, comedian. So Alvin, what's your worst experience on stage?
I ain't never been booed. I have been heckled, but that wasn't my worst experience. I can't really say I've had like a Tuesday showcase.
Well, that's a good thing. Hey, that's a good thing. Hey, I thought you were gonna say you don't eat. Cause I saw one of your posts one day said you don't eat before you go on stage because you don't want to have the boo boo. I think I lost you there, Aaron.
Yeah, you did. It wasn't your fault. That was my fault. I pressed a button on my screen.
Okay.
No. Any show that I do where people don't laugh, because I've definitely had shows where people just didn't laugh. I think like in Austin, my first couple of shows in Austin, I didn't get a good response.
Right. So when you don't have a good response, what is your what do you think it was? Because you didn't read the room right, or what? Because sometimes you have to read the room. That's what I've gathered, with my stuff that I've done. Because people don't relate to my content.
Yeah, Austin is a tricky place, but yeah, if it's not as simple as some places are not as simple as walking in the room and like I'm funny and people are gonna laugh at what I got to say. So sometimes you have to figure out that medium between the jokes that you normally would tell and how to relate those jokes to this particular crowd. So some people like crowd work, some people don't like crowd work. Some people like dark jokes, so they like certain types of jokes. Some people like animated type of comedy, you know what I'm saying? And some people like the kind of like chill, laid back type of comedy. So you kind of got to figure out that crowd, and I think that's what it was in Austin. Is I went up there confident as hell, but ultimately, like I said, it was like the first 2 times I performed there, they were just like crickets.
Right. So speaking of Austin, Kill Tony, what's your input? What's your input on, have you ever been to Kill Tony?
Yeah, I ain't never got on is probably what you're looking for. Have I got on? No. I went for not a year straight, but I off and on for a year and nothing.
It's kind of frustrating when you go up there and you got 200 people in a room and seem like they be calling the same people sometimes. Hey, I know I've been up there a couple of times, and I've seen people that I saw a couple of times that I went before get called again. I'm like, man, and for us as San Antonians, we got to drive up there, spend all that time up there for nothing, then come back.
I was doing it every week at one point in time.
Really?
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again though, but just not. You know what I'm saying? I got some other stuff going on.
You got to figure out. We got to figure out. So we was talking about black our black following. How do you feel? How do you feel about working with other black comedians to strengthen network, or building network together and stuff like that? I think we was talking about that earlier. What's your what's your take on that?
Building a network with black comedians. Is that what you asked me?
Say it again now.
I said you asked about building a network with black comedians.
Right.
The one thing that I've learned is that the further you go, none of that matters. And the reason why I say that is because it's only like a few black-owned comedy clubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these people have already, built up a relationship with other, you know what I'm saying, like other people, Hispanic, white, Asian, whatever the case may be, right? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it has to do with building a relationship with the clubs and not actual people. You know what I'm saying? So my partner that took me on tour with him, he told me, he was like, because in my mind, the same thing that you're thinking, like, I'm gonna go to the city, I'm gonna connect with these people, build a network. So when I go there, I'm able to perform. But what they do is, like, let's say Ali Sadiq come down here, and Marcus Wiley is his opener, right? And Marcus hollers at the club and he says, "Hey, I'm Marcus Wiley," introduce himself, blah, 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 blah. Well, what he does is build a relationship with that club. And so, hey, call them up and, hey, y'all got any open dates? And, that's how you get these opportunities that a lot of people don't get. You know what I'm saying? Like, LOL don't mess with me like that. You know what I'm saying? But the people that they do mess with, it's a reason why they mess with them. And those people don't have a pool to bring nobody else in to be like, oh, this is so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. They give them their little opportunities. Well, I don't want to say little because then that'll sound like some bullshit. They give them opportunities to do their shows, but it's not nothing that can help anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But it's always good to fuck with your people. Don't get me wrong. It's always good to fuck with your people, but you don't want to hang on that, because if you just like you said those New York dudes wasn't funny.
Right.
If you feel like somebody isn't funny and they don't have what it takes to make your show a success, right? You're not gonna keep putting them on the show just because you cool with them and you like them. I would hope you wouldn't.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
No, I would.
And that's what people expect. It's like, oh, Rod, my friend, I fuck with Rod. He gonna put me on the show, or he should put me on the show because of this. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I like to see people work.
Exactly.
Like, I need to see you put in some work before I use my platform to help you out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Because I work for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, and it ain't got nothing to do with your talent or none of that. If I see you out there grinding, if I see you out there trying to be funny and working on your craft, there's a guy who told me he was a comedian. He told me he was funny. I put him on a show, and he didn't do good. And then I watched him multiple times after that not do good. Like, when I say not good, like, he just didn't.
There's not no lag.
Yeah,
he's just trash.
Yeah, stand-up comedy is not his thing, right? But I don't know if he just wanted to be a comedian or what. But my point in saying that is that he wasn't out there trying to work for it. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted people to give him opportunities. And when you cool with people, you be like, oh yeah, man, I put you on the show. But I had to stop doing that because, like,
So I get you. So you know who I take to shows with me. I take my wife. I take my wife to a comedy show. If you don't make her laugh, you ain't funny. She keep 100. Hey, she told my partner. She told Jamil Jackson, right?
Yeah.
She told Jamil one time when we first went to see Jamil. She told him, she said, "You okay, but you ain't that funny." But guess what? Jamil turned it on the next time, and she said, "You funny."
He got
You
he done got way better the last
yes,
time that I
she
seen
said,
him.
and he told him. She said, "You made me laugh." So now Jamil is like one of her favorite local comedians because she watched him not making. Then I guess that motivated him out, because she kept it 100 with him. You ain't that funny,
Yeah.
and he like, okay, all right. So I'm gonna show her the next time. So the next time he went, and when she showed up, he showed his ass. He had her laughing her ass off, and she said, much better.
That's what you're supposed to do, man. You can't take constructive criticism because again, these people are paying to come. You know what I'm saying? They coming up, they paying to laugh. They not paying just to look at you. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. And I think that when they have these contests, I was watching y'all. Of course, I didn't go, but I was watching y'all when y'all was doing that South Texas funniest thing. And sometimes I
yeah,
think those contests are not as genuine as they should be, because if you're a comedian and you go in there and you take 10 or 15 people with you to vote for you, that don't make you the funniest person. That just means you bought more people with you.
yeah, but you know why they do that? They don't do that for.
And they do that to fill seats so they can
They
sell
do.
drinks. They do it on the
Yeah,
business.
yeah. Yeah, they do that. I went all the way to Dallas in the exact same thing, and Houston to the exact same thing. So yeah,
Right.
it's a money grab, really.
And so I just did rookie of the year, right? And I had comedians that were local comedians that brought a lot of people in there. I mean, we had a field room. It was cool. I mean, I wasn't tripping. But the way that my scoring system is, it don't matter how many people you bring with you. They still got to vote for everybody else that's in that room. So every time a comedian goes up, they got to give them a 1 through 5-star rating, right? So then, when the comedian that goes up with that they came with, if they got to give him a 1 through 5-star rating. They can't just vote for him. They got to give him a star rating. And so when they
Yeah,
do the star ratings, just because you came in with that, you had to vote for the other people. So the way that my system works is the funniest person actually wins. And there was a guy that came
yeah,
down here. He drove 6 hours to participate in this event, and he was the funniest dude. I mean, and he won. And because people that came, the same people that these comedians brought 4 or 5 people, 6 people in there with them to vote for them, they still had to vote for this guy too. And this guy actually won because he was funny. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
and, and he won. And
yeah.
so it's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta. Once I understood, like, certain things is not in the benefit of the comedian, but
But
it make you feel good.
it gives comedian false narrative though. Because how could you say, well, I won South Texas Funnies, I'm the funny. You wasn't. You was not the South Texas Funny. You just brought more people to vote for you. And so now that person has a false narrative that he's the South Texas funniest person, but he ain't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm,
keep on a little
it happens a lot.
bit. Yeah. So what's the future? What's your future? What the future holds for Alvin, comedian Alvin Perry?
I got some stuff coming up that I'm not ready to announce yet.
Hmm.
I got, I'm getting pretty booked out though. I tell you that. So I got bookings already for this month, next month, going into March. Uh,
That's
uh,
good. You was talking about networking
yeah,
earlier. You
yeah.
was
I'm,
talking
I'm
about
about to start. I'm about to start traveling more. You know, but me traveling more. How y'all doing? Oh, that's my twin brother. Everybody confuse us. I just be talking shit. uh, what's your bone? Nah, that's my. I didn't vote that HEB the worst. That's my HEB. Now, if you shopping there, it's the worst though. uh,
get the AP fans out. Ain't you?
yeah. I'm my the traveling that I'm about to start doing is going to other cities and making connections and seeing how the comedy scene is somewhere else because I think that's something that we get caught up on is we
Mhm.
think that everything is the same somewhere else. It's the same and it's not. So and then you got to realize that you might like I might be the shit here, but I'm nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's somebody else popping just like me somewhere else, and I'm out here thinking I'm big shit, and the whole time, I walk in that place thinking that people are gonna recognize me, know me, and just like accept me on their stage, or I might not make the people laugh. So that's something I want to work on is making connections other places and so when I do go there again, they like, yeah, man, come up here and give me some stage time and put some money in my pocket.
Right. So I've had comedians that tell me that. So I have comedians tell me this. So I can go to another city and people show nothing but love for me. I mean, like, man, hey, man, dude, you funny, hey. But in my city, I may be funny, but they ain't gonna let me know that. They say, man, you ain't funny enough yet, But everywhere else I go, I'm funny, and people booking me on their shows, and I'm going back return. I'm going back to next month. I'm going back to Las Vegas for 3 days,
Yeah,
but
and and that's the thing about traveling to other places, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you might not be funny to people in Memphis or wherever, but somewhere else you might be hilarious.
right,
So that's why it's good to explore other opportunities, and that's what people don't realize. It's like it's a crowd out there for you.
yeah.
You know
Well,
what
my
I'm saying?
people in Memphis, they love me. Hell, they trying to get me to come. When you come to Memphis, man,
Yeah,
when y'all bankroll right.
yeah. But I'm just talking like in general, like
Right.
we for any comedian that gets discouraged here and feel like that's why I said earlier it's another stage, it's another city, it's another state, it's another opportunity, but they just want this one opportunity here. This ain't the only opportunity. This ain't the only stage. You know what I'm saying? So if
Exactly.
you if you ain't going to try to explore. I'm online every day writing down comedy clubs, writing down. I'll see something to pop up on my timeline in another city or state, and I look that place up. I look at the type of comedians that be there. I watch a couple of videos. You know what I'm saying, to see what the vibe is. You know, and sometimes I reach out. I send an email. You know what I'm saying. I can't never really say I've ever gotten a response back, but I do it. I send my little EPK, and but sometimes you got to show up and knock on the door. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you're there for a couple of days, and that's what I'm trying to do now is show up, face the scene, talk to some people. Uh, because I got family, all over the place. So when I visit, I want to be able to. Hey, I'm be in town for a couple of days. Okay, I'm gonna go to this comedy club, and they oh, that's the guy. He was here. He did the open mic, or he did, yada 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 yada.
You were speaking of open mic, man. I was in LA and I saw the guys in LA. They pay to go to open mic. They pay for time at LA. I called my boy. I said, dude, they pay for going to open mic here. He's like, yeah, they do. I'm like, man, you can never do that in San Antonio, man. No, man, they'll be tripping if you paid for open mic. I went to open mic. I went to one open mic in LA. I paid to go on there, but the first time that I paid to go on there, I never had to pay any more. I mean, because they were like, bro, I gotta take you to this other club, and they was taking me to other club and say, you gotta put this dude on. He's funny, and I never had to do that, but it's probably because I was from out of town or whatever. But those other guys, they was
Yeah.
paying to go on open mic.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on who would do it. So. But if I went if I
You must be in the meat department, man. You breaking up.
out of this, hold on.
You hear me?
Yeah,
You in the
I'm
meat,
checking out.
you must be in the meat department. You breaking up.
Can you hear me,
No.
Roy?
Yeah, I got you down. I said you must have been in the meat
I said I was
department.
checking out.
Yeah, you was in the meat department. You must be breaking up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run a
I
quick.
need to hurry up and get this food to me.
I'm gonna run a quick commercial break, right quick, and when we get back on, maybe you get your signal back.
This is a man's world.
Hey,
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman.
hey.
San Antonio. Step your style up at Upsize Fashion, the home of the latest in hip-hop fashion. We got jeans and more jeans. Designer brands that hit different. True religion, gifted, focus. Fire fresh fits for every vibe. And if you rock jewels, oh yeah, we got those too. Big, small, or tall, we got it all. So come through to Upsize Fashion today. Get suited, booted, and dripped in denim. Upsize Fashion, we gotcha.
All right, we back there. Are you in and out, ain't you?
Yeah. I just had to grab two things. My wife had sent me the HEB earlier, and what the fuck? This nigga left all type of shit in his car.
Yeah. All right, we back with
Yeah, my wife has.
we back
Can you hear
with
me?
AP. Yeah, I'm got you. We back with comedian AP, Alvin Perry. So there's two APs. So don't y'all get it confused. There's another AP. His Alan Petty. That's another AP. We're talking about Alvin Perry. So make sure y'all get it right. So if y'all see AP and y'all go buy tickets and y'all go up and see the little short dude with a beard, it's not Alvin Perry. So hey.
Yeah, I can't grow no beard.
Yeah. So let everybody know how they can follow you, Alvin.
All my social media is at comedianalvinperry.com, or you can go to my website, www.comedianalvinperry.com. I try to keep it simple. So yeah, that's how they can follow me. My preferred platform is Instagram, really. Nah, Facebook. I mean, Facebook is the one I prefer, but yeah, Instagram.
San Antonio is Facebook driven. I found that out.
Yeah.
San Antonio is Facebook driven. Everywhere else in America is Instagram driven.
Yeah. Well, your algorithm for Facebook is going to show more locally, and
Right.
then Instagram you'll reach more people. Same thing with TikTok. So that's why That's why a lot of people are on the other platforms, because you can reach more people on the other platforms.
Right. And I got your side hustle posted on the bottom right there. Let everybody know about your little side hustle you got.
Oh, if you're looking for a handyman, a junk hauler, Fred Sanford, whatever you want to call it, I can do it, most of it, so if I can't do it, I'll direct you in the right place to get the work done. But yeah, I can do most things, basic things, mount TVs, install fans, disassemble and assemble furniture, pick up and deliveries, all that type of stuff. And like I say, some minor maintenance work.
Yeah. So, okay, so we've been had a little fun today with Alvin Perry. You got anything else you want to tell the watching audience out there about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just in general, keep following, keep paying attention. Some exciting things is happening. Even if y'all don't think they're exciting, I think they are. But some funny people, not just in San Antonio, but all around the world. So sometimes it's good to click on these videos and check out to see what people got going on, because you might be looking at the next big star.
Exactly. I was yesterday. I was discussing on live about comedians and people just supporting other comedians. And I was giving them the difference of supporting and representing. So I remember one day I called you. I asked you about tickets for your show, and you told me. And I went online. I purchased a ticket for your show. So I was telling my friend, I purchased a ticket for his show because I went out to support him. I said supporting him is buying a ticket to go to his show. Representing him is showing up and saying, I'm a comedian, I'm just coming in to watch. You don't want to pay nothing. They just want to come in and I don't know if they being nosy or just coming in to watch. That I said, that's not supporting. That's just representing. When you supporting somebody's effort, you buying a ticket.
Yeah.
You buy a ticket and you support them. That's what I call supporting. I haven't been to a comedy show that I wasn't in that I didn't pay to see them, because I came there to support them. Supporting them is buying a ticket. That's what I call supporting. Repping them is just showing up saying, hey, I come to, show out, watch out for you. They'll say supporting, but they ain't supporting you by just showing up. Then you supporting me when you buy a ticket. Hey, support for free.
Yeah, it's a lot of times when you see people at your shows, other comedians, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they spying, and sometimes, they ain't got no life.
Right.
Just being real with you, like they, comedy is their life, so they at every show, or they at shows. Yeah, they don't want to pay. My, a lot of people don't know this, but my wife is probably the only person who doesn't pay. But my mama pays, my father-in-law pays, my friends pay, my siblings pay, my cousins that love me like brothers.
Because they supporting you.
And
that's support. That's what you call support. They supporting you. But when you got comics that show up that say they came to support you, but they want to get in for free, that ain't supporting.
Yeah, and I I get it on to some level, but at the same time, a lot of business have failed from giving their friends free shit. So, the numbers look good. It's like, oh, so and so came and got this, and so and so was there. But when you start trying to count that money at the end of the night and it's not enough, it don't. You know what I'm saying? You like, hold up, man. And you like, oh yeah, I forgot I let 10 people in free. You know what I'm saying? So you do the math on that 10. If it's $10, that's $100. If it's $20, that's $200. You know what I'm saying?
My
Like,
wife get on me all the time about that. My wife be
yeah,
having her friends. My wife tell her friends, "Hey, come to our grand opening. We having a grand opening." Because we partnered. We became business partners with Chanel at the Chateau Chanel, right? And when uh when we decided to do that, hell, people you got to pay to come in. I mean, if you supporting our effort, buy a ticket. Come on in. If you ain't on the card, buy a ticket. If you're on the card, you know you in the show.
at least be willing to pay something. Like, let the like if you say, hey, look, man, I give you be willing to something, because again, we not in this for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's you start off, on some cool shit, but after a while, it's like if you invested your money into something, you invest your money in the people, you invest your money in the venue, you invest your money in marketing, and you expecting some type of return back. That's not being mean. That's not being, oh man, raw acting funny, or whatever it is a person may want to feel.
It's
That's like, hey, I
business.
got some shit going on.
It's
Yeah,
business.
and this is how things go. So, and a lot of people don't, because, but then you got to think about it too. Look at the positions that we in. We in a position to to I'm sorry. We in a position to put on shows. You know what I'm saying? To be the producer. A lot of people don't care about that, so they don't understand from our standpoint of, what I'm saying,
Right.
wanting to, hey, this is why, hey man, look, give me $10, or $5 or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's why some of the comedy clubs run the way that they run. They make the comedians work there. They make them work for shit. You
Yeah,
know?
but hell, I don't need nobody to work. I mean, I don't need you to work there. I need you to. I need
Yeah,
you to
I got.
come in and support the effort, support the club. If I need you to work, then I give you a job to work.
Yeah.
I give you a job to work. It's just like our clothing store. You know, if I need you to be at the clothing store, I give you a job to work. I don't need you to come in and work for some clothes. I think we lost him there. We got to get him back real quick.
My bad. My internet bad.
That's all right.
Yeah, but yeah, I
You
get
didn't want
you.
me. You didn't want me to see the address on the front of your house. I understand.
I
I
was
can,
already in the house when you
hey,
when
you
you
got to
was.
remember, I'm a street guy. I can find you.
Yeah,
I
I was already in the house.
don't need your address. I can find you if I want to.
I got to get ready to go to this event, but yeah, yeah, man, it's been good chatting with you, and
Yeah, yeah, we getting ready to shut it down. But just to let everybody know, today we had Alvin A.P. Perry, comedian, online with us today. We actually 8 minutes over our show time anyway. I lost track of time. But we've had a great time, and you all know how to reach Alvin, and you catch him as your next. When's your next show?
January 22nd.
January 22nd.
Well, I
Okay,
mean, I got some stuff before that, but it's some private shows.
okay, January 22nd. Of course, now I told you we having our grand opening January 24th. I don't know what you're doing.
I'll be in Maryland.
Maryland.
I won't be back to the 25th.
Okay, okay. But hopefully we can get you on the card over there some nights. We're gonna be doing some shows at the on the east side. Hey, we can't get them to come away from the east side, so we'll take the comedy to the east side. We're doing the players ball. That's the pimp side of me. The pimp side of me is doing the players ball on February 28th. We're doing actually well on that. We've already sold 175 tickets for that
That's
show
good.
for the
I
players
know
ball.
I know somebody that's going because they tagged me in the event.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's gonna be off the chain. But again, you guys want to support Alvin Perry, make sure y'all follow him. He's all over Facebook. He's all over Instagram. He's got a show on 22nd as upstage.
No, it's at this place on Bandera called Flower and Flower. It's a coffee shop.
And then, hey, you can always get at us too. You know, if you want to do a show over there, if you want to take some comedy to the east side. So, you know, we open to do some stuff. You know, we can probably, you know, tag on each other, do some stuff too. I'm always open for that. I got some other comedians from Houston that already have reached out to me that we're going to be doing some stuff together as well, and in Dallas too. But again, folks, let's say so long for, I want you to hang on for a second when we close out, and everybody give a big round of applause for our guy today, Alvin Perry. And with that, Alvin, we're going to close out the show. So long. We out of here. Peace.
All right.